Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Taste Test right here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus, where every Wednesday and Saturday you can watch me try the weird, the wonderful, and the limited edition. I also stumble over words. I don't enunciate correctly. It's an exciting time. If you'd like to jump in and join, now would be a great time to do so. If you want to do so, subscribe down below. Ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see anything specific. Let me know what it is, where to find it. You might see it on a future episode of Taste Test, and that does include fast food items, which is kind of the lane that we are in today. We are trying a special thing. I think it just showed up on Wednesday, but they are Kit Kat Krispy Kreme donut crossover mishmash mangled. I think it's been a while since we've had Krispy Kreme on the show. I actually don't know that I've done one in this new area, which I've been here for a while, so that I think they've had a couple of items here or there, but I just haven't been super interested in them. If you've been around on the show, you know that I eat a lot of Kit Kats. If you're new, hey, I eat a lot of Kit Kats. A lot of Kit Kats. Anyway, I love Kit Kats. I'm a big fan of this, and this was a thing that I think popped on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, something like that. And it was immediately like, okay, got to go get this. This is going to be the taste test on Saturday. We'll go on Friday and do all that sort of stuff. So that's what I did. You might be a little confused because there were 5 donuts in the thumbnail, but we're only going to try 3 of them. I might try the cinnamon roll because I think that's new, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the maple glaze, that's just for me. That's a special Sean treat, as if I didn't buy 5 other donuts. Oh shoot, I meant to pull up a listing. We have 3 different donuts here. This one is a salted caramel. This one is like a halvesy. I'm scared to move it too much. This box, by the way, is a disaster. An absolute disaster. They put the cinnamon roll kind of ended up on top of the caramel one, and now the caramel's touching the other one. If you know anything about me, you're probably confused as to why I'm excited about these, because all of them are touching, and it's a nightmare, and I'm just trying to move past it. But there's caramel everywhere, and it's ruining everything. So I'm going to pause this for 1 second, and we're going to get the listing, okay? Bet you didn't think I was actually going to pause there, did you? You thought I was going to make you sit there and wait for me to find the listing. But I found it. It took an extra second, so glad I paused that there. So we have the Kit Kat Crunch Donut, which is an original glazed donut hand-dipped in Hershey's milk chocolate icing, finished with chopped Kit Kats. It's the one that's up here in the... Oh, you can't really see it on camera, but it was the one that was in the front by itself. There is a Kit Kat cookie-filled donut. Let's see, an unglazed donut filled with cookie dough. What? What do you mean unglazed? Oh. Hand dipped in Hershey's milk chocolate icing. I would argue that that's glazed, but I guess I'm not gonna get too into the semantics of it. And then chopped Kit Kat pieces, cookie crumbles, semi-sweet chips. So that'll be this one that's right here. You can see it on screen. And then this is the last one, which is the salted caramel brownie donut, which I think is going to be the one that I'm going to try first. So this one is it's an original glazed donut topped with brownie batter, flavored buttercream, covered with chopped Kit Kat and brownie pieces, finished with a salted caramel flavor ribbon. So those are available now. I don't know how long they are going to be available. So if you are interested in them, go get them ASAP. Sometimes they run them for like a month. Sometimes in rare occasions, I'll run them for like a week. So just like as a heads up, which was kind of like a thing for me to go like, okay, I got to get this done so I can get it out there for the lovely people who watch these videos. But also, if you are watching this lovely video, 1, thank you. But 2, just make sure that if you want them, you get to a place where you can try them. If you can't try them, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. But at least you can live vicariously through me as you watch me eat them. There you go. So let's try the salted caramel one, mainly because it's the one that's getting flipping everywhere. And this is what it looks like. It's all on my thumb. Thank God. I grabbed 2 napkins. I am a pro, very good at what I do, and I'm proud of it. So we'll give this one a whirl. I'm not the biggest fan of caramel. I don't know. This one seems kind of weird. Oh, that's true. The caramel is making it so hard to eat. Okay, I hate this. The flavor's not terrible. It's just that it's everywhere. Like, donuts, Krispy Kreme donuts are messy enough. I don't need caramel all over the place, like just sticking everywhere and ruining everything. I don't even know what the flavor of that was, but I don't want to take another bite because I'm just so irritated with it. You ever been mad at an inanimate object, a food item that you specifically went out and purchased? That's how I feel right now. My caramel is brutal. It's everywhere. I put my finger in it immediately. It was all over my face. It got stuck to the roof of my mouth. This was a miserable eating experience. I think it's a brownie sort of thing. I want to say there was sea salt there. Can I get my phone without getting too messy here? Hold on. Let me remind. Well, don't show that. Okay, you can't really see. I don't think you can see anything. If you saw anything on my phone screen, just be cool. That's all. Be cool. Salted brown caramel brownie donut. Oh, God. Brownie flavored buttercream. Covered in Kit Kat and brownie pieces. Salted caramel flavor ribbons. Oh, interesting. So I didn't get a lot of the salted caramel flavor of it. I literally might have to pause this video again to wash my hands and get this off my face. The caramel is incredibly sticky. I don't really think it's all that great in the first place. The caramel is just too much. It's a thing that I'm not the biggest caramel guy. I think you can tell that by the fact that I'm angry at it. But this is just not a donut. This isn't a donut that I would want to eat. I think that's like kind of the key with some of these is how messy is it versus what the flavor profile is. And this flavor profile just doesn't work. I don't taste a lot of the salted caramel. I don't taste a whole lot of anything other than the caramel. I don't taste the salted aspect so much as just the caramel aspect. It was a really tough bite. It was miserable on that alone. And the fact that I finished the bite through all my misery, bravery, some would say. And I look at it and I go, I don't know what the flavor of that was. That is not a good sign. I should be able to taste the flavor. Okay? Should understand it. There shouldn't be one piece that just overpowers everything, but I think on this one, there is. So, with that being said, I'm going to actually hop up and I'll be right back. So 2 pauses, 1 video. Good start for these Kit Kats. These other 2 can't possibly be worse than this one. Or can they? Stay tuned to find out. Okay, we are back. Freshly cleaned up, ready, settled. Took a breath. I had to take a time out, go to a commercial break, come back, and go on with number 2. We'll try this other one. This one, I said all of that stuff, and it just went in one ear and out the other, and I guess out of my mouth, and I wasn't listening to myself. We are going to try the Cookie Dream-Filled Donut, which is this one right here. I don't have a ton of faith that I'm going to love it. It is the hand-dipped in Hershey's chocolate icing, because this one's weird because it says unglazed donut. It has chopped Kit Kat cookie crumble semi-sweet chips with a drizzle of cookie dough flavored icing, which that seems whatever. It's semantics. It's fine. It's all good. Already a better, cleaner grab there. That is super helpful. I don't like the way that looks. I never do. There's a look at it. I'm so scared I'm going to spill all over the keyboard and the Xbox that are sitting on my table. Let's go in. What? Caramel. Oh my God. It's everywhere. I hate it. Okay. So I hadn't really considered this until I took that bite. Having stuff that could possibly go stale on top of the donut is a bad call. I remember there was a place in Spokane that did breakfast themed donuts. And it was a fun idea. It was a clever idea. It was interesting. It was silly. It was goofy. But the problem was that they put cereal on top of the donuts. And if you went too late, then the cereal was really bad. And it was just kind of a bad experience overall. I think to the point where they either didn't pick up word of mouth all that well, they had to end up changing it because I think they were like kind of horror themed. It was a very weird thing. They ended up changing their name to a different thing, and they like kind of normalized what they were doing. That same problem kind of exists here. Like I went in for a bite and it like wasn't super great. Now I did buy these donuts like a couple of hours ago, and like it could be on me a little bit, but if you go in and you're like excited for this and you bite into it, I feel like there's a high likelihood that you're gonna go like, oof, that was not a great bite. That didn't taste like crispy the way it should. It's like it's a stale kind of, I guess like solid mush. I don't know the best way to describe it, but you know it. You know when something sits out and you go, oof, not that. And I think this has a lot of stuff on top of it that does create that problem. Yeah, I don't know. Well, here, there's a little bit of the caramel. Oh my God, I hate this donut. I hate this donut so much. Get away from me. Get away from me. It's like I'm going to rage quit this episode. It's all over the place. I was going to just take a little swab of the cream and try it. And then bam, caramel, however you say it. What's that supposed to be? I don't love filled donuts, but I don't think this one's quite as bad. Doesn't seem like there's a ton of filling in it, so the ratio might just kind of be off in general. But I think that might be a positive as far as I'm concerned, because I am not a super big fan of filled donuts. I think they can be overwhelming like pretty quickly, and they just cause a mess problem. Lord help us if there's ever a caramel filled donut. Goodness gracious. Last but not least is the regular donut. I guess I probably should have done this like this. Pardon me. It's an original glazed donut. It's our Kit Kat Crunch donut. Hershey milk chocolate icing. Chopped Kit Kat pieces. Chocolate flavored Krispies. Again, if you saw anything on my phone, no you didn't. This is a mess. This is a flubbin' mess. Okay. There's caramel on it. The thing was... There's a better look at it. Hopefully it'll look better. The cinnamon roll took a good chunk of the chocolate off the back. That was an absolute mess of a bite. Again, the Kit Kats kind of taste a little bit off. Texturally, they're a little weird. I don't love... And this is me bringing out the mixed foods thing. This is like why I don't like it. I kind of, like when I want a donut, I just want a donut. If I wanted a Kit Kat or a wafer, I just eat a wafer. There's nothing about these that like jump out and say like, wow, what a cool collaboration. Like, it's fun because I like Kit Kats, and I guess I know what I'm getting into. But I guess I just wish the Kit Kats felt like they melded a little bit more with what the donuts were, rather than like, it is Krispy Kreme donut with Kit Kat on top of it. It doesn't feel like there's any correlation or any sort of... no one looked at these donuts and went like, how do we integrate these in a way that makes sense and enhances the flavor of either side? Because I like the flavor of the chocolate glazed donut. And I don't know, I should have grabbed an actual like chocolate glazed. I didn't think about it until just now. But I should have grabbed a chocolate glazed one just to taste the difference, because the chocolate is like pretty good on this one specifically. But then the Kit Kats just feel like an afterthought, and that kind of sucks. We've seen them do interesting things with like fun ideas. There were some, what was it? There were some carnival flavor ones last year. Those were a lot of fun. Those felt like they were, a goofy idea that they were able to work with the donut, and it felt like a little bit better of a mesh. But I don't know. These just don't taste great. If they did do... If the Hershey chocolate is indeed something that's actually different, then okay, I think you can make that argument. You can have that conversation. But at that point, I think you just have to skew it toward Hershey's rather than Kit Kat. And I think if you were to skew it towards Hershey's, then I think it would have stuff that like make more sense. But these are just kind of rough all around. I'm not the biggest fan of them. They're fine. Obviously, I went and bought them, so, I'm part of the problem or whatever. I like this stuff. I want to see more of it, but I'd like to see it incorporated better. Maybe instead of the Kit Kats on the top, maybe they're integrated into the dough or into some kind of filling or something like that. I know I don't love filling, but just something that's like, hey, it's a Kit Kat donut where it's chocolate on top and it's kind of crunchy in the middle and it's a different textural flavor that emulates what an actual Kit Kat is, which is the chocolate around the wafers. Something like that I think is far more interesting. And like I'm thinking about, I think they did Reese's, but I don't think I was able to get them. The Reese's makes like way more sense because of a peanut butter filling. And that's the first thing that I kind of like jumped to is like, man, if you did like a Reese's with a peanut butter filling, that would make more sense. If you did a Kit Kat with a crispy filling on the inside, that would make more sense. If you're able to broaden it and go, hey, it's a Krispy Kreme / cross. People love using that X. Whatever cross, it's not the time or place. Anyway, if you go Krispy Kreme collaboration with Hershey's or Mars Bar, whoever owns whatever, I think you can do individual donuts that make sense and are actual additions to the Krispy Kreme menu rather than like it's there, but I don't think anybody's going to miss these when they're gone. I really don't think so. I think part of the problem is that you're using stuff that kind of just sits on the shelf, has the potential to go stale, doesn't taste quite right, or texturally isn't quite right, and that's a bummer. It's just, I don't know. It's a fun idea that I don't think is executed super well, and we've seen Krispy Kreme on this very show executed better. We've seen fun collaborations that are more fun. I think that this is a little too narrow with just Kit Kat. Broaden it out a little bit and then go from there. Here's a Hershey donut that's Hershey chocolate. Here's a Kit Kat donut that has a kind of a cream, a wafer cream filling. And even if you were to go like with like a Reese's or something that was like, hey, it's a peanut butter cream filling, even though two of them are kind of similar, I think that makes a little bit more sense because the chocolate would be different. Just kind of an idea. So yeah, I don't think these are worth really running out and getting. If you are interested in them, like get them soon because they are going to be gone. I would say that the original is probably the best. None of them are clean or easy bites. They're all kind of messy. I hated the caramel one. That was terrible. Everyone was miserable. And the other one was fine. It was just kind of in the middle. Didn't really understand the point of what it was. So I guess it's not a good thing to do or a good thing to say for anything. So there you go. I was going to try the cinnamon roll, but I don't really want to. I mean, I kind of do, but it looks kind of messy. We won't worry about that. They do have cinnamon rolls available. This also isn't the kind of cinnamon roll that like I want. I want the cinnamon roll with the white frosting on it. So kind of not off to a good start, but I will let you go. Thank you so much for watching. I said that like I'm ending a phone call with you. Like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. I will be back on Wednesday with another all new installment of Taste Test, and we'll be back next Saturday with more Taste Tests because I post twice a week now. So if you'd like to see those, scroll down, subscribe, and ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Leave a comment down below if there's something you'd like to see. You can leave it down there. What it is, where to find it. You might see it on a future episode of Taste Test. If you don't want to scroll, okay, subscribe right here. Watch more Taste Test here. Check out baseball up there. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday for another exciting installment of Taste Test. And as always, bon appetit.